electric revolution in India continues to grow stronger, and now there's a new addition in the scooter space which is designed, developed and made completely in India. Say hello to the Ampere Nexus, and this one is the top of the line ST variant. Now if you're wondering, Ampere is a Greaves Cotton-owned brand which already has a portfolio of two-wheeler and three-wheeler EVs in India. So clearly, Ampere and Greaves do have some skin in the EV game. And the Nexus here serves as Ampere's flagship model, and we're here to see if it deserves that title. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to the AutoToday YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to stay subscribed every time we make a new video upload. It's time now to dive into the Nexus's design first. Let's talk about that simple and clean design aesthetic, which I have to say I appreciate. Ampere has made sure that this appeals to those looking for a tasteful and family-oriented electric scooter. There are no visible nuts and bolts anywhere on the body, and it gets neat touches like flush rear foot pegs and piano black finish on the switchgear. The only issue with the switchgear is that it takes slight getting used to while using them on the move. That's because they aren't conventional switches like most other scooters get. Apart from that, the main highlight has to be the 7-inch TFT color display, which is rich in terms of graphics and functionality. There's a glove box in there as well, which is quite deep and spacious, along with a luggage hook right next to it. The floorboard is and feels quite generous, but that cannot be said about the 24-liter boot space. Sure, it can fit the 15-amp charger along with a few other knickknacks, but getting a full-faced helmet in there is going to be an issue. That charger, by the way, can fully charge the Nexus in about 3.5 hours, which isn't bad at all. Other highlights include LED lighting all around, quilted seats and air ducts for the air-cooled battery pack. We feel the Nexus looks quite good in the flesh, especially in this Zanskar aqua paint job. But what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And while you do that, I'm going to quickly gear up and take the Nexus out on the road and see how it performs there. First things first, the Nexus is powered by a mid-mounted motor that has a peak power output of 4 kW and is housed inside a unique hybrid swing arm. It comes with a 3 kWh LFP battery pack, which has a claimed range of 136 km. There are 5 riding modes available, but do note that one of them is listed as the park mode. Broadly speaking, there's Eco mode, City mode and Power mode. Eco mode gives you maximum range and a top speed of about 45 kmph and the dullest response in terms of power delivery. City mode unlocks a little more grunt, but top speed is restricted to about 65 kmph. Power mode unleashes the Nexus's full potential and is the only way to get to the claimed top speed of 93 kmph. One thing I have to say though, the Nexus feels extremely planted at any given speed. The power delivery in all modes is progressive and smooth. There are no jolts and sudden bursts of acceleration here, and that I feel is a good thing. However, ride quality isn't the same over bad roads. The Nexus tends to jitter on undulations and suspension setup feels stiff here. In terms of handling, Ampere's flagship scooter feels predictable but not razor sharp, which it isn't meant to be either way. One slight issue I felt while riding was the TFT screen seemed to be angled too far upwards rather than facing towards the rider. In terms of the rider triangle, the seating position feels ever so slightly knees up, but it isn't too bad. The Nexus gets a disc brake at the front and a drum at the back, and in all honesty, performance isn't too great. Pressing down on the brake levers doesn't do anything for the most part, and then has to be clamped down hard to get the Nexus to a standstill. The grip from the tires is acceptable, and cutting through traffic in this electric scooter doesn't feel that cumbersome. Apart from this, the seat cushioning feels fairly comfortable even for longer stints. On the whole, there are some things the Ampere Nexus does extremely well, but there is room for improvement on some fronts. Time for a summary. Now the Nexus is available in two variants, ES and ST, both of which are priced at Rs 1.10 and Rs 1.20 lakh ex-showroom. Now as far as pricing is concerned, it is pretty much at par with its rivals. Another important thing to note is that Ampere has more than 400 showrooms across India. That means getting it to different parts of the country isn't an issue either. There's a lot to appreciate about the Nexus, the ride quality, the design, the seat height, but there is a lot of room for improvement as we've mentioned earlier. To sum up, I'd like to say that there's no doubt that Ampere has a solid product in the Nexus, but I do feel that they need to improve their ride experience and a few other things to hit that sweet spot. That's it from me. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.
you.